everyone.
Howdy, folks.
Welcome. As you can see, we're back.
We're glad to be back as a duo instead
Yes.
of either not at all or as a single.
And I'm really glad to be back. This was not a fun thing for me at all.
No, it wasn't. And I'll tell you what,
Mhm.
yesterday is the first day that I feel like I really got you back.
That's not surprising. Yesterday was the first day I almost started.
I'll let her tell the story and then.
Well, let's wait till we get some folks.
Good idea. Hi there. Come on in.
We have one person.
Don't drag your feet. Come on, let's go. Get with it.
Don't forget thumbs up when you come in, please. We're welcome. Glad to see everyone who shows.
Who's that straggler? Who's that? Who are you? Come on, fess up. Who are you?
Yeah, whoever they are.
And do we have you on our map?
Yeah, do look. Let me lean over so I can see that part of the map where most of the pins are. I would be surprised if we have a great big group coming in all at once, since we missed last week altogether.
Yeah, well.
There's two now with one thumb up. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. That's wonderful.
Around.
Amy, hi, Amy.
Hi there, Amy.
Thank you, thank you. It's so good to be back and to have the computer working and to feel decent and yay. Hi, Celtic. Good to see you.
Hey, howdy. It's been a weird week. Weird 2 weeks, 3 weeks actually, I guess.
It's been a tough 3 weeks in a lot of ways, but it's been a lot of fun in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, see, they agree.
Yeah, they had to spend some time at the vet, and they're not exactly thrilled with that.
They did pretty good, though. I mean, they really did.
Thank you, Amy. Yesterday was the first day I truly began to feel better, and today I almost am back to normal.
Yeah, I saw a little light in her eyes yesterday. That's about the first day I've seen her not feeling really poorly.
And today I actually feel like I could get up and do some dishes and a little laundry and a few things that need to be done around here, but I'm not pushing it. I'm not going to push it.
I've been trying to tie her down, but it don't work. Okay.
I'm just not into being tied down. Sorry.
Well, you were. Oh, never mind. That's what she said when I let her up.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. I'm much better. Thank you.
Wow.
How are you doing?
I'm about the same, I guess.
Are you about the same?
I guess, yeah.
I'm a whole lot better. A whole lot better. When we get a few more folks in, I will share the saga of what has gone on for the last 3 weeks in our lives. It's a long, drawn-out story, and I'll try and make it little. We'll see how good I am at that.
Or let me tell it, it'll take an hour.
Oh, well. Wow, we got 5 here and 3 thumbs up. That's wonderful.
I got to tell you, I got published in the newspaper the other day.
Yes,
that was kind of interesting. Now, I will confess that I am a lifelong Democrat, but I'm fed up with the Democratic Party. I'm fed up with the Republican Party. I'm not trying to start anything political, but I'm just fed up with politics, period.
Thank you, Lisa.
So, can't recall. I don't remember if it was last Sunday or anyway, one day last week. It was coming up for Memorial Day, so it must have been on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the newspaper here in San Antonio is called the Express News.
And it's neither Express nor is it News.
They had an editorial from the editorial board that they wanted to include recognition for first-line healthcare workers that had died of COVID and have them commemorated on Memorial Day as well.
I thought it was everyone who had died of COVID.
No, just they were talking about just the frontline workers.
Hi, Joe.
Those out there doing what they needed to do. And so they wanted to kind of include those folks in on the celebration of Memorial Day. Hello, Blue. Well, that just did not fly with me. So first thing I did is I wrote a rather scathing piece of my own that I just put on I think on my timeline, and I think I may have published it on the Cibolo timeline. And the more I thought about it, the madder I got. So I ended up finally writing a letter to the editor, which
a scathing letter to
And
the
it
editor.
it kind of called them out, and bottom line, it's against the law. The law says Memorial Day is dedicated to those who have fallen in defense of their country, our country, basically in war zones. I mean, it's not just combat, but it's during what we would call wartime, whether it's a declared war or not, but who've fallen in service to our country, but who were in the military. And obviously nobody checked what the law said before they came up with this bright idea to say, let's put all of our first line COVID workers in there and remember them on this day too. Bad idea. The law says Memorial Day is dedicated to those who have fallen in service in the military,
In defense of the country.
in defense of our country, whether it's here
Hi,
or
Lori.
anywhere else,
Hi, Lori.
but in the military, in basically in uniform. And so I sent them a little letter saying I didn't really care for that idea. And they watered it down terribly. I mean, the piece that I actually wrote to them had some teeth in it. But what they did is they just took out all the stuff and just said, oh, by the way, we kind of fucked up. And we really shouldn't have said that we wanted to include COVID workers in Memorial Day. We're sorry. So I canceled my subscription.
After screaming at
And
them
that's
for half
another
an
story.
hour.
That is another story. Whoa. I've never had so much trouble canceling anything in my life.
Okay, let me
But
interrupt
I'm
for a
not
moment.
going to go any further. That's
Let me
another
interrupt
whole
for a
story. But
moment.
anyway, that was the deal. That was Memorial Day thing here in San Antonio. Military City, USA. That's what we call ourselves.
Celtic, I'm sorry about your ankle. Please keep us informed on what it's
What's
doing.
going on with his ankle?
He's got bone on bone in his
Oh,
ankle.
right
and
ankle,
that's
major
not
problem.
good.
Bone, bone. Oh.
Lori, stay out of the rain. Don't get wet. Happy birthday, Celtic. Joe, I get
Ooh,
behind
Firefly.
healthcare heroes, just not on Memorial Day. I
Yeah.
think people that are out there doing their thing do deserve to be recognized.
I do
Just,
too.
I think you deserve to be recognized. You're doing it for your father. It's important. But
That's very true. But, Memorial Day by law
let you see
is set up.
my headband. It's actually a scarf that I tied behind my head because my hair is driving me crazy today. Okay.
And Joe's worrying about our trip. He was worried about us. Well, we did good.
Right.
The
Now,
trip was great. After we got back, sucked.
I'm going to share that. Our trip to Louisiana was wonderful. We had some super time with the Broussards and also with Rachel and Megan from Garden for Cheap. It was just a wonderful time. We got a lot of chickens done. We got almost 50 chickens we
About
did.
50, yeah.
Now, at the end of the trip, Brett was feeling a little down, so they took him over to the emergency care thing and checked him out. I was feeling bad Monday, so we didn't go home until Tuesday. Apparently, on the way home, I was sicker than I thought because I remember part of the trip home and I do not remember the rest of the trip home. I don't remember unloading the truck. I don't remember starting to process chicken. And apparently I did all of these things. But because I was not careful, because I did not protect myself like I know to do, and I was being lazy and thoughtless, I got, what's it called?
Campylobacter
Yes, which is a form of,
bacteria. It's food poisoning,
Yes.
basically.
and I got really,
And so did
really sick.
Brett got it too.
Brett got it too.
That's what knocked him down. But they took him in, Sunday or Monday? Did he go to the...
Monday, I thought.
Okay, well, he got hit harder.
He got hit more quickly.
More quickly and really felt like crap. But I think he's better now. Is that right?
Yeah, but he said he
And,
was on Thursday
but-
night.
Kate was kind of delayed a little bit, and she...
Yeah. And I got
started coming
so
down.
sick, I ended up in the hospital.
We ended up calling the ambulance, having to come and get her, and
Yeah.
she had lost 12 pounds. Is that right?
a little over 12 pounds.
She
in
lost 12
4
pounds
days.
in 4 days, and I could not get her to drink.
I was trying, but
she
every
was just
time I
kinda out of
drank,
it.
it would go right
She
through
was
me.
out of it,
And yeah, and I
really, really, really bad symptoms. So finally, we got her in the hospital.
got me to the hospital where I was on an IV fluids for the 3 or 4 days I was in.
I think 3 days. Let's see,
3
well, you
days.
went in, what, Friday?
I don't remember, honey.
Let's see, wait a minute.
Sorry.
We got back.
I know we came home Monday.
No, we came home Tuesday.
No, I came home from the
No,
hospital.
yeah, but I'm talking about from there.
Okay.
Tuesday, we came home from there. Tuesday. Wednesday, you felt bad. Thursday,
We went to the hospital
Thursday,
Thursday
Friday,
afternoon.
Saturday,
Sunday, and I came home Monday.
Okay, but I don't think we went to the hospital until Thursday. Anyway, who
Anyway,
cares?
long time in the hospital, sick as a dog, losing weight like crazy, can't keep anything on my stomach, can't keep anything in my system. And the doctors came in. Well, first of all, they had trouble starting an IV because I was so dehydrated they couldn't find a vein. But the doctors came in 2 days after I'd been in the hospital to tell me that my one kidney was in danger of shutting down and going into complete renal failure.
She only had one.
Yeah, I only have one. I lost the other one during a battle with cancer 11 years ago. So anyway, my nephrologist, my kidney specialist office was called. They sent a specialist over, not my regular doctor, but one that practices in that hospital.
Our nephrologist is a hell of a guy.
Yeah, he is a wonderful doctor. So they started me on one antibiotic, pushing it in the IV. A while later, the doctor came in and saw me, changed it to a different antibiotic.
Azithromycin.
Pardon?
Azithromycin.
That's the one. And after several days, I finally got to the point where I could sit up without losing everything. I could move around, and they let me go home. And I have been just drinking lots and lots of fluid and staying down. I have not done much of anything. David has brought in food every night, so I have not had to cook. Except last night. I did cook last night, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a
And
really
Dolly,
tough.
you're right. We don't want anything to happen to Kate. No.
It was a really tough time, but the bright side is I did not put all 12 pounds back on. I only put back 2 on, so I did lose 10 pounds. It's not the way I would want to, and I don't recommend it to anybody else, but I did lose 10 pounds.
But that's
So,
why we weren't. That's why we weren't on last Sunday. Is because, well, number one, we still didn't even have Kate's computer unpacked or set up or
Right.
anything,
and I was in the hospital.
and she was in the hospital. And to be honest with you, I just didn't want to. I mean, I had bigger things on my mind, I guess you'd say. I mean, I did nothing around here. I managed to take care of the birds and the other critters was about all I could handle because when Kate's not here, I'm in big trouble. But we got through it, and she got a little pep in her step yesterday and today, so I think she's back on the road to recovery. Campylobacter is nothing to mess with. I mean, it's not deadly per se. It's kind of like Staphylococcus. That's the most common food poisoning there is. And Campylobacter is probably second. You find it very commonly in poultry farms,
They
poultry
were
areas,
jolly.
processing plants, things of that sort. Although it'll make you sicker than a dog. I mean, you can be throwing up diarrhea, fever, vomiting, all that. It doesn't generally kill you. But people that are old, it can.
Brett lost 10 pounds and was out of work a week from it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was
I'm
not
surprised.
fun.
Brett was in pretty rough shape there for a couple of days.
And a lot of it was not taking the proper precautions. Another part of it was the fact that the chickens were in mud because it had been torrential rain for days before we got there, and there was no place we could put them that would get them dry and cleaned off.
I sort of feel responsible for all that, you know. I mean,
We all
okay,
played a
I'm an
part.
old, back in another life, I actually used to go out and inspect slaughterhouses. I've done beef, pigs, or pork, chickens. I've been through all of them, seen them processed and all that stuff. And by trade, I was essentially an epidemiologist or a military public health specialist. And I know about Campylobacter and Staphylococcus and how they're transmitted and what they do and all that shit. I did not caution everyone appropriately when we got over there. I
And
didn't.
And I was stupid. I'm out there working in mud up to my ankles, no gloves, open toe sandals, not even open toe shoes,
lot of water
sandals.
being used on, all it takes a drop. That's all it takes, just one little drop in some water with Campylobacter on it, and you've got it. It's a once it gains entry into the body, it can proliferate very easily.
And it did.
And,
but like I said, I lost 10 pounds.
And azithromycin is the drug of choice to kill it. It still works. It's a broad spectrum antibiotic, so it works pretty good. But I should have warned everybody, and I just didn't. And I feel sort of responsible.
Right. Anyway, it's over.
Yeah, it is more common in the heat, Amy. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it likes warmer weather.
Yeah.
That's why we refrigerate and freeze chicken.
It is over. The chickens have all been processed. I'm now in the freezer. My friend who got hers and who actually, my dear friend came over and picked up the majority of the chicken, repackaged it into smaller packages and froze it for me. So when I got home from the hospital, it was ready. So,
Joe, that's cool. Take your dad out shooting it. I mean, Betty enjoyed that.
yes,
Betty enjoyed that.
the cat is wandering around behind me.
Yeah, I don't know what he wants. What do you want?
Jumped up on the back of my chair. I think he wants out. He keeps coming over and meowing at me.
Oh, come here.
Yeah.
Oh, come here. There you go. You want to be on TV? Huh? There you go. See there?
You're right, Dolly. But like we said, David knew better. I knew better. I just didn't think. I just was stupid, and that's all there is to it. Lesson learned. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you be careful.
Amy, best thing you can do is just wear a mask. That'd probably be all you really need to do. And be careful of your sanitation.
You can.
Be sure you wash up when you're done.
And use that little table with the tiny sink on it that we did the first time. That worked beautifully.
Try not to lick your fingers.
Lori says she loves the Southern life where she is now. It's so much better from New York.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't he lovely? He is spoiled rotten. We got him when he was a tiny kitten. He is an orange flame point Siamese. He has the blue Siamese eyes. He has the loud Siamese voice when he wants to.
When he wants to.
And he is as rotten as any Siamese gets. Now, you need to come down off the table. Sorry. You go find some place to play. He also sheds like a Siamese. You have Love Beach and good girl.
Okay.
Let's see. Got some targets he can
Clothes,
see.
boots.
Very good, Joe.
That's Amy. That's good.
Yeah, we love Siamese too. I've had several different Siamese. I've had a Tonkinese. I've had a chocolate point. I've had a seal point. Now I've had this one.
Dolly, to answer your question about how we keep him from attacking the birds would kick his ass, first of all.
Howie, hi, happy Sunday, welcome.
You have to remember these are big ass macaws, and
they chase him.
The cat learns very quickly that they're tougher than he is. So
yeah.
They don't really interact much. I mean, the birds are in their cage most of the time, or if they're on their cage. But they get along. Actually, I could put the birds down on the floor.
We'll wait for you.
And they'll walk around the cat, and they just kind of tolerate each other.
Except Gandy. When Gandy is in his little hidey hole under the wall, and the cat comes by, Gandy comes running out from under that thing with that beak wide open, getting ready to just eat him one kitty cat, and the cat runs.
Yeah, cat will back down easy. Amy, that sounds great. I'm glad you're going to take some precautions. That's, like I said, I feel badly that I didn't warn everybody when we were there. I should let everybody know.
They're going to feel like they're in a COVID lab. That's great. You know, Celtic, I've seen your little black kitties and they just look adorable. There's a brother and sister cat at the rescue place near Shauna that are looking for a home. I want to play for them.
Go for it.
So Shauna could have food company. Oh,
get
that's a wonderful
idea.
idea.
Get the cats. Mm-hmm. Good idea.
Me either.
Anybody that rescues animals has my admiration.
Our animals are all rescues.
Yeah, all of them are.
Mm-hmm.
One way or another.
Yeah.
Food, church, permaculture. I'm in church.
That's Howie. Howie's church is outside in
Oh, okay. There you go. All right. Yeah. All right. I got that now.
how he worships God in nature.
Well, you may have the right idea there, big
Talked
guy.
to Sean on the phone yesterday from the beach. Oh, cool. Are you enjoying the beach, Lori? Ah, Lori's cats are rescues too. Well, right now we're on down to 1 cat and 1 dog and 3 birds, and I think probably we'll leave it that way for a while.
And 3 rescued fish.
And 3 what?
Rescued fish.
Oh, that's true. The fish. I forget about them because they're so quiet. You can't love on a fish. You know, you just can't cuddle them. They don't like being out of water.
Tried to pet them. It doesn't work. And they don't purr.
They do not purr. Welcome back, Joe. South Carolina, South of Myrtle Beach. Are you on
Cool.
vacation, Lori, or have you gone down there for a job or in the Baptist Church in Royal Oak? Oh, cool.
All right.
Is
So
it during the service?
in
Holly?
church, and you're here. So multitasking.
Amy, we've been
Amy.
getting rain every day too. Today it's overcast but not raining yet. We got water standing everywhere. Oh, and all of the plants that you sent back with me are still living because we've had so much rain. Oh, they went out in their power chairs, huh? That's cool.
Well, I'm still, within the next couple of weeks, hopefully, I'll have that lift installed on the new truck. I have a hard time spending $3,500, but at the same time, we've also decided we need a new refrigerator. Well, Kate did. So I went out looking, and I figured, okay, $1,200-1,500, we get our new fridge. Well, then Kate started looking around. $2,700. Now we're going to be spending on a new refrigerator. I can't believe we're going to do it.
But I said,
Yeah, but she wanted it's got French doors and 2 drawers in the bottom. There's one of them that's,
and one of the French doors has a double door, has a little side compartment in the door so that you don't have to reach in and let all the cold out of the refrigerator every time you need something. It has inside the door on the other side, it has a water pitcher that stays full so you can reach in and pull a half gallon or however big it is and pour it instead of having to stand in front of the door and wait for it to pour down.
and it's got a water filter
Yeah.
built in. And it's through the door ice cube thing. Now, the other thing is it's on the right side of the French doors, there's like a mini compartment there where you can
That's what I
open.
was just talking about.
Oh, okay. You can open it without opening the whole
Yeah.
thing.
And that's cool.
And then there's 2 drawers in the bottom. One of them is a freezer, obviously. And the other one you can adjust. You can set it
Called a
for,
flex drawer.
it'll do about 4 different temperature settings. And it'll do everything from like tempering meats, which you would do at like 30 degrees, on up to in the mid 40s or so for just storing produce and things. And you can pick and choose what you want the temperature to be in that segment. But
But I did say, if you can't find one on sale, I'll wait until we can.
you know,
Things to help us when we're disabled, in my opinion, should not cost tons of money. I need some things to help me, but my bank account says, I understand that one. You just got a new dishwasher and mattress.
Lisa, you will find that
Terry Maddox, hi, good to see you.
anything that has either ADA attached to it or is considered suitable for use by those with disabilities, it's going to cost more.
And the refrigerator I looked at does say that it is ADA compliant.
Yeah, well,
So,
that doesn't mean diddly squat on a refrigerator, but they'd like to stick it on there anyway.
Celtic, I was looking for it in the open box section at our local Best Buy. So I found it there. It's almost $500 off of the normal price. So, oh, your dad got your mom's power chair on Craigslist. That's not bad at all.
Right, cool. That's good.
Well, Terry, I'm really glad you joined us. It's been a while since
Yeah.
we've seen you. Of course, it's been 2 weeks since we've been on, so
Is Terry on our map?
I don't think so. Terry, did we put a pin on our map for you? If not, we need a general location where you are, and we'll put a map on there to represent you that you come to
And
our
we'll
live
give you your
stream.
choice of color. You
And
can
a
be
color.
red, green, white, yellow,
Or blue.
or blue. What would you like? And where?
Yes, White Pin, West Virginia.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to let you find West Virginia.
You're
I had-
closer to it.
Oh,
Couple
yeah,
of
but I
that's
know
all.
I never can find West Virginia.
Yeah, just look for Virginia, and it's west of there.
Okay. He's such a smart aleck. Okay, let's see.
It's going to be.
There's Lexington, Kentucky, so I'm getting near.
It's gonna be up
Charleston,
somewhere.
North Carolina, I'm
No,
getting
further north,
closer.
further north, up and around in this area.
Indianapolis, Detroit, Michigan. No, I'm too far north.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn around and see better. There's Georgia. I'm getting closer. There's Mississippi, Nashville,
Oh, Terry said he's already there.
Kansas City.
Terry said he's already there.
What?
He said he's already there. Is that a white pin right there?
Okay.
Is that West Virginia?
Well, good. I don't have to look any further.
Okay.
I'll tell you, it's a wonderful map, but there are no state markings. You have to look for a city that you know where it is and say, okay, that's in Kentucky or that's in wherever, and then look around from there.
It's kind of fun, though, to have on. I mean,
Yeah, it really
I
is.
got some even way up there in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
theoretically,
Sean from Sean in Alaska.
yeah, we have someone in Australia, but they haven't been by lately, so we don't have a pin for them.
Right.
But it's kind of interesting. Something to do. Took me a while to get this map, I'll tell you that.
Hours south of Pittsburgh, basically. Okay. 2 hours south. Okay. Well, I was up in that area almost a year ago.
Longer than that. It's been like 2 years,
Has it? I thought it was last year.
a couple of years ago.
Okay. It's been a while anyway.
But that was a go rope.
I don't travel much. Now I can say I've been to California, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Florida, Nebraska, and Texas.
In Texas.
6 places I've been.
You want to hear where I've
Well traveled.
been? You want to hear where I've been?
We don't have enough time.
I can do it alphabetically for you.
That's what we've been talking about, Terry. Louisiana. Didn't I say Louisiana? I'm sorry. Yes, Louisiana.
Yeah,
That makes
Louisiana.
7.
Yep. Yep.
I thought I said Louisiana. Oh, well.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Terry, we were talking about our trip and the chickens involved. We had quite a goat rope where that's concerned. If you really want to see it, go back and watch the video. Mr. Paul, welcome, welcome, welcome. I understand you've been not doing well, and I'm glad to see you back.
Olive pollen. Wow.
I've
Heard
been
that one.
watching his videos, and I'm going to be trying to make an egg custard that he put out not too long ago. It looks wonderful. And I've watched probably 8 or 9 of your videos in the last couple of days, Mr. Paul.
Is
I'm
Mr. Paul,
enjoying
is Mr. Paul on our map?
You know, he's in Spain. Yes, right here.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I love Spain. I really do. If my health were better and somebody told me I could live anywhere I wanted to, it'd kind of be a toss-up. I might go back to Spain because I know Spain, or I might go to Costa Rica. Yeah, but I'd probably go to Spain. Somewhere around.
You'd have to talk me into going to either of them.
You know, I'll tell you what, anymore.
Because I don't speak anything but English. And English is not the primary language in either of those places.
Back when I was traveling the world, though, it was safe for Americans to travel. I'd be terrified to travel overseas nowadays. We're just
Congratulations, Amy. I know that was fun.
got so many people that don't like Americans no more. And I don't think I'd go back.
Terry, where is Rhoda? Or
Rhoda is way down south by Cadiz, way down on the southern.
So it's in Spain.
Yeah, it's down
Okay.
by I know exactly where it is.
Y'all typically go to England or Scotland.
I've been to Rhoda several times, and I used to inspect ships at Cadiz.
Terry lived there for a while.
Yeah, I know Cadiz really well. And the highway between Sevilla and Cadiz, I've driven that many, many times. And Rhoda, I've been, Cadiz is like, you have like this inlet or a bay. Cadiz is over here, Rhoda's over here. And to get to Rhoda from Guddy's, you got to drive like, I don't know.
Around the bay.
Yeah, it's like 60 miles, I think, something like that.
Franco
But
was dictator at the time.
Rhoda's a beautiful place. Yeah, I was there when Franco was a dictator, and then I was there again after he died, and Spain was flexing its new democratic muscles. So, yeah.
Is it goodness?
What?
Is it democratic now?
It's a democratic monarchy, if you want to call it that. I mean, there is a king of Spain.
Oh, okay.
But he's just kind of a
figurehead.
It's more of a ceremonial thing. I mean, you know, the government of Spain is more of a democracy now than it was. Certainly more so, infinitely more so than it was under Franco.
Right. Guess what? What, Lori?
Yeah.
I'm not good at guessing.
Yeah, Juan Carlos. And there was a lot of talk about him. Hasn't he turned it over to his son, or did he?
We have a new visitor, TH2. Welcome.
I haven't followed Spanish politics much lately. Terry, is Juan Carlos still around?
Let's see. Something to guess with Lori. You have a new job and you make $1,000 a month more than you did. How's that for a good guess? Well, goodness.
Oh my!
I think it's a love raid.
It is. Hey, howdy,
hi, hello. My goodness. I can't even keep up from Mazart.
I've never seen one of these before, by the way.
Homestead.
This is cool.
Alicia Stone,
Lazarus
Be
Homestead.
Charming, Kicking It Homestead. Got me ready. Thank you, Lori. That's sweet. Vermont Prepper, Shadow Dancer. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Mazart's Homestead. Hello.
Jean J.
Welcome to all of you.
Hi there, Angela. Thank you. Han Solo. Hello,
Hans
Hans.
comes by all the time. It's good to see you too. Introduce ourselves. I am Kate. This is David. You are from Kate's Kitchen is our channel. And
We're just outside of San Antonio, Texas.
And
Both retired.
We are both retired. We do all kinds of things.
I'm 9 days older than God.
And I'm only 7 days
She's
older.
3 years less.
We live out in the country on 2 acres. We have rescued pets. We have 3 large macaws.
Oh,
We have, huh?
why don't you go get candy and at least we'll show these love raiders what one of our birds looks like.
All right.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Gandhi is a hybrid macaw. He's called a Hawaiian Sunset. He is, I can't even tell you all the crossbreeding that goes into it. But we have 2 blue and golds, and then Gandhi, who is our Hawaiian Sunset. And Kate's going to get him. We'll show you what he looks like. They're gorgeous. They're big birds. We have 3 large cages sitting side by side in the, well, we call it the bird room. I guess in a regular house, you might call it the dining room. Anyway. And this,
Here
friends,
we are.
this is Gandhi.
And
Gandalf.
this is Gandalf. Gandhi. His name is Gandalf. We
Hello,
call him
Gandhi. How you doing, Candy? What's up?
He's about 13 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big.
He thinks that
big
I am
buff.
his mate. We rescued him when his previous owner passed away, and he and I bonded almost immediately. I mean, it took him long enough to run across the cage and get on my
what you doing,
shoulder.
big fella? What you doing?
Ow. Baby boy, there. That's better. Thank you.
That beak there, by the way, can generate about right at the tip, about 1,500 pounds per square inch of pressure. You can take your finger off if
Thank
you so
you,
choose.
Penny.
These guys can literally make toothpicks out of 2x4s. We give them big pieces of wood to chew on, and they tear them up. They live
Lee and Chris.
75 to 100 years if they're cared for properly. I've been around big birds for 20 years or so.
Hi, Brett.
It is kind of my my avocation when I was living over
Be
in.
Charming has a cockatiel.
Oh, cockatiel was my first bird. Yep.
Parakeet was my first.
Yeah. Brett's here. Where's Brett?
Uh,
Oh, there he is.
Broussard Homestead.
Hey, Brett. Howdy, pal. How you doing?
Lee What part of Massachusetts? My parents are from the Boston area. Actually, my mom from Rockland, my dad from Boston. But
I don't think I've ever seen collared doves kept as a
our
domestic bird.
oldest
Cool.
bird is Carib. He's a blue and gold. Where this one has orange on his chest, they have gold, and where this one is green on the back, they are blue. And this one is my
Carib
baby.
is now.
You're in Worcester County. Okay. Well, like I said, my mom grew up in Rockland. My dad grew up in the Boston area, down in a little burg inside Boston called Prattville. And
Celtic Carib is our oldest one. He's pushing 30 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's almost 30.
that's my boy. Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah.
And then Bravo, who is my other rescue, he's about
He's
15.
in early 20s, mid 20s.
No. I got him about, what was it? 08. I think I got him in about 2008, and he was about 5. So,
12, 20.
he's almost 20. Yeah.
But this one
But
was
like I said,
2011, and he was 2.
Well, they're not sure how old he was. I think he's a little older now, but I think he's more mature.
That's
But anyway, they can live 75 to 100 years. So all three of them will certainly outlive us. Yeah.
Albany Mountain, hi, welcome. Thank you. Yes, San Antonio Beach,
Yeah.
Be Charming.
Yeah, we're just outside of northeast of San Antonio.
My boy. You ready to go get back in your cage?
On the I-35 corridor up toward Austin.
I'll be right back.
Just thought you guys might like to see that. That's we live with these 3 guys every day, and it's a trip, I'll tell you that. It is a trip.
We'll let the big guys stay for a change, and you can get
They're very challenging. They don't. They're not easy keepers like little parakeets and cockatiels and stuff. Well, thank you for subscribing, Lazarus. That's thank you, and thanks for coming by.
Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah, I
thank
bet
you
you
for the
have.
love raid.
Pratt, was that the Blue Angels or the what did you see? Yes, I've been to Granada. Yes. Yep, sure have.
Yes, Amy, they were, well, actually, they were
Yeah, they
glad,
were glad.
except I was only home like one day before I had to leave again for several. But yeah, Gandhi is really pleased that I'm home now. That love raid was wonderful. Thank you for subscribing.
The
Is that Lee or Chris?
Firefly Farm, but the Treachery Sarge was very interesting.
Thank you.
Obviously, we went there with a purpose, and we did what we wanted to do, which was to process 50 chickens or so. We lost a few of them after we got back because Kate got sick. And even though they were in the refrigerator and coolers and things of that sort,
They didn't get into the freezer quickly.
my old food inspector's nose said, I don't think so. So we lost, maybe 10, 15 pounds at most.
Yeah, at most.
But we salvaged most of them.
Lived in Georgetown, north of Austin, for a couple of years. Really enjoyed the San Gabriel River, but was quickly getting very expensive to live in that area, so we moved to Arkansas. Yeah, it is. I had a home in Austin for 20 some odd years. We were in the south portion of it, and it got really expensive there. So I know what you mean.
Brett got to see an aircraft break the sound barrier. That's tripping. Whenever that boom hits you on the ground, that's pretty cool. Yep, it'll shake the whole house. Well, we didn't lose that much.
And what we did lose, Brett, was the feet and
Yeah.
the backs and the necks and
Yeah,
those kinds of
we
things.
lost pieces.
I would have made bone broth out of them, but I've got a lot of legs and thighs and things like that, so it's fine.
I
We've got plenty.
didn't want her to hang on to that. No, it had gone bad.
Yeah.
But how much do we have left? We've got a ton of it left, so she's already canned some of it.
Yeah, and we have Up at the other end of our property, our neighbor up there, we put most of it in his freezer. He completely cleaned out an upright freezer for us to put it in there, and it's full to the top. Plus, I have some here at home. My girlfriend that helped process kept some for herself, and I told her to keep all she wanted because she did the most amount of work. So I said,
She
"Take
even
what you want."
put them in dry ice for us. I mean, she really went the extra mile.
She did. So
Celtic, you see Globe Masters every day there in Charleston. That's I can't remember the name of that base.
what are Globe Masters?
Big planes, big aircraft, big cargo planes.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember their numeric designation. C-130s. Is that right?
The
Something like that.
C-130 is okay. Isn't that the
or
one they
maybe
used to
bigger.
call a flying albatross because its wings were so
Yeah.
big that when they flew, it kind of went up and down?
No.
My dad used to talk about a very large plane that was that way, but I don't know the
I'm
designation.
not sure. I don't remember it being called that, but I can't remember the numeric designation for Globe Masters right now.
C-17.
Okay, that's even bigger. Yeah, that's kind of the new version of big cargo planes now. This is a C-17. Yes, traveling with meat is tricky. Yeah,
And we've got our
Yep.
2 freezers. We have a small chest freezer, a large upright, and then half of our side-by-side refrigerator are all freezers, and they are all full. Plus, we have the freezer at our neighbor's house that is full. So I've got to get busy and do some canning. I've got lots of jars. I just haven't been up to doing it. Had to fix the shower and change bulbs and organize stuff to make room for more food. Yep. Well, we gave up one of our bedrooms.
Yes, it is,
we have
Lisa.
a pantry for that.
today is the 6th of June. It is the 77th anniversary of D-Day. That's very true. Yep. And it's a hell of a day in history.
Fort jet engines, wingspan of a football field. Whoa,
See,
that's a
there's C7.
big airplane.
C-17 now is in the process of kind of replacing the C-5.
Hmm.
But
I don't understand this. The numbers get smaller, but the planes get bigger.
I'm not sure how they come to those numbers. I don't know. But C-17, it's not a really attractive airplane, but it certainly does the job.
Well, that's what they built it for. They weren't trying to win any beauty contest. They had a job to do.
Yep. It'll carry a lot of stuff, and it'll go forever.
And is it jet or is it turboprop?
No, it's jet. They're all jets now.
Okay.
They're all jets.
Oh, that's 4 jet engines.
Yep.
I can't read today. Now, I started getting my jars and lids and everything together so I can start canning things. I've got about 15 pounds of potatoes I need to do, and I've got a lot of chicken I need to do. I did already can one group of breasts, and I did 4 breasts and got 7 hunks out of it. So they were huge, huge breasts. Built for
There
functionality,
you go.
not
Yeah, kind of like me too. Huh?
Me too, Brett. Me too.
I'm purpose built.
That's it. Purpose built. That's me. I don't claim to be pretty. I don't claim to be a beauty winner.
You're
I'm
gorgeous to me,
just
sweetheart.
me.
You're gorgeous to me.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah, I've been from the day I met you. And have been since the day I met you.
You didn't know me the day you met me. You couldn't even see me the day you met me. But that wasn't
Well,
the part that was looking at the beauty. It
But
was
the
the
day I
part
met
inside.
you, the day I physically
You
met
mean
you.
when I sneaked up behind you and said hi?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. Every service person I see here in El Paso, I always thank them for their service. I recently had an echocardiogram. The person who did the test was in the military for 21 years. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm retired Air Force myself, so yeah.
I love flying as a kid. Post 9/11, I got on a plane once. Now I think I'd rather go.
You know,
Joe,
I've not flown since 9/11.
I haven't either. No, did I? No,
No, I haven't. I
I've
can tell
driven.
you that.
I've driven.
I haven't had, well, I guess I could have had occasion to, but I choose not to.
Yeah, I
I
prefer.
prefer to drive.
I prefer to drive. It gives you more freedom for one thing. You can do. If you're going along in an airplane, you can't go, "Oh, that looks interesting. I think I'll stop there." It just doesn't work. However, if you're driving, you can do that. I want to try that. I want to see that. Let's stop here. If I go someplace by myself, it takes me extra long because I want to stop for everything. Fly from Portland, Maine to Phoenix.
That's a long trip.
Yeah, that would be a long drive. How many miles is that, Celtic?
From Portland, Maine to Phoenix, close to 3,000 miles, 2,600 or
It's
so.
more than from here to California or here to Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Those are the only, that
Well-
and from here up to
Maine is here, up in the northeast. Phoenix is southwest.
that's true.
Long shot.
That's true.
And Maine is way up in the northeast.
Hello, Eric. It's good to see you. It's been a while. Lisa, it's interesting living near
Fort
the
Bliss.
airport and Fort Bliss. Planes fly all the time. Yes, they do, don't they?
When do you have to do that, Celtic? Is that coming up?
6 or 7.
Yeah, that's a long
flights.
flight. Yeah, well, that was a slow plane, and that's I gotta admit. I mean, you can damn near
I
fly
remember
across the
when we
Atlantic.
flew from here to Boston, and that was forever. I'm glad you dropped in to see us, Eric.
Bravo's down there tearing up paper in the bottom of his cage.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
He must
that
be
half
frustrated.
time anyway. I put all that shredded stuff down there.
Yeah, he's getting frustrated because we won't let him out.
I'm glad they're having a good time. I
Yeah.
when I change out the birds' cages, David sits and shreds all the advertising that comes in the newspapers, and then I put regular paper down on the bottom of the cage, and then dump a bunch of the shredded stuff. And the birds love getting in there and just throwing it around and playing with it. And then, of course, I have to go and clean it all up, but they have such a good time. Let's see. Brett says I only ever flown once, New Orleans to Chicago. Is that when you went to see your friend? Was it last year or the year before, Brett? Seems to me you went somewhere.
Your birds
Oh.
over there hassling.
Excuse me. Gandy's coughing problem. Gandy, are you causing
What are
trouble?
you doing over there, Gandy?
Are you causing
Gandy is
trouble?
out, so he's got to run in the room, and he's gone over. Oh my! Whoa! He's mad. Oh, he wasn't. Well, hello, Bravo. Come see me. Come on, that's my big boy. Oh, look at this. Yeah, look at that big old Bravo. Oh, what a big bird you are.
That's our middle boy.
What a big bird you are. Let me get this. Oh, yeah, you know.
Oh, look at those wings. Look
Look
at
at that
those
wing.
wings. Oh my goodness, Bravo,
Yeah.
you're so handsome.
He likes to show
You're
up.
so handsome.
He likes to show up. Show us one.
Oh, look at that
Show us
wing.
one. Yeah, show us wings.
What
Big
a
wings.
gorgeous
Big
boy.
wings. Big wings. Oh, look at that. Oh, goodness gracious. What a big bird. Ah. You're such a handsome fella.
Good boy.
You're such a handsome fella.
Oh, look at that. Yay.
You're a big guy.
Good boy. Good
Can you
boy.
move the camera just a hair so we can get him more
Where do you
in
want
the
it?
picture? You know, just so we can see Bravo over there. There you go. That's good.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, there you go. Oh, look at those big wings. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my goodness. He loves it when you give him lots of attention and tell him how pretty he is.
Yeah, he loves that. You're the big handsome guy, aren't you? Oh, yeah.
He is showing off.
You're
Lisa,
big
that
handsome.
is
See that?
correct.
See over there? See yourself. He likes to see himself on the screen, too. Don't you? Yeah. Oh, good.
Look
Yeah.
at those
Yep. There you
wings.
go.
I'm going to see if I can get Andy back in his cage.
He's a big guy. Yeah, my big boy Bravo. He's him is.
Look at the Gandy wings. Look at the Gandy wings.
Well,
Oh my goodness
Celtic.
gracious, what a beautiful boy.
We lock the cages. I mean, we have mechanisms to lock them. But every now and then they can work it out. We can lock them securely, but if we're not careful, they can work their way out sometimes. Yep.
Shall I take him back now?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. There you go. Big guy.
There's my boy. Come on.
Sharp. There you go.
Up on your shoulder.
Yeah, I'm going to leave up here. That's all right. Whatever you want to do.
No, he doesn't want to stay.
Okay. I can't handle him as much anymore as I used to. My skin has gotten what they call friable, which means it tears very easily. So even just a little bump from a beak or a sharp claw will poke a hole in me or bruise me really badly. So I have to be real careful when I handle them anymore. Oh, Metal for breakfast. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming by. Yeah.
You can't leave him out.
Yeah. No. Oh. Here comes my guy. This is my first bird. My first big bird.
This is Kareem.
Come here, Kareem.
You want him to come, or is he gonna?
Oh.
Yeah, he's in one of those moods.
He's in a mood. He's my old
Kareem.
curmudgeon. He's my old curmudgeon. Yes, you are. You're my old curmudgeon, aren't you? Huh? Yes, you are. You my big old big guy. Yeah. Oh, what? What? You gonna get me?
Don't get him all riled up, then he'll come after me.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
Ow, ow. Ow, ow. Kareem.
Yeah.
Ow.
Set him down. There you go.
They keep stepping on his butt.
Oh, come here.
Here. Come on, baby.
He doesn't really do me today.
Good boy.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Gives
boy.
her kisses,
That's
tries to
my
bite me.
boy. Yeah. Yeah. Give me hugs.
Oh, hugs too.
Good boy. Yeah. See? You're on
You know
camera.
what they do with me,
Can
do
you
you?
see?
Huh?
Look at the handsome boy.
Yes.
Look at that handsome boy.
He
my
recognizes himself when he's on screen. He really does.
Oh my goodness.
And he
Yeah,
likes it.
you're so gorgeous. You're so gorgeous. Yes, you are.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Peekaboo.
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 Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Yeah.
Hey, Metal. Good to see you.
Okay, so I have some sleeves I can put on, but it's a pain in the butt
Put
to
him
do
back
it.
now.
Right now, he's a mama's boy, that's for sure. But she's handling him a lot more now than I do. So, and he gets in moods too. He's a very moody bird, actually.
Put you back in the cage for now. We'll
Very
come
much.
later and play. Very good.
Well, I tell you, Metal, there's a lot of trust involved whenever you have birds of this size. There really is, because they can hurt you pretty bad. I mean, I've got scars all over both arms from bites and scratches and things of that sort, but it's usually my own fault.
Okay, now everybody's
But,
seen all of the grandbirds.
Yeah. Let's go grab the fish, bird.
Do what?
Go grab the fish.
No. I'm not going to grab the dog either.
Oh, okay. So,
Amy, he has been changing his allegiance
Yeah.
lately. He was always David's bird and not mine. But
but at the same time, he would be real ornery with me too. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he's doing today is not real. Sometimes he likes me, sometimes he doesn't. That's just the way he is. He's real moody.
But since I'm the one that's doing most of their care lately, I'm the one that's feeding them and cleaning their cages and
Yeah.
stuff, he has decided that he wants to be my alpha bird as well. That and the fact that he and Gandhi are constantly at each other. Gandhi wants to be the alpha bird. Kareem knows he's the alpha bird, and the combination of the two just
They don't get
there.
along at all. They don't get
No.
along at all.
Kareem was out one day just recently, and Gandhi managed to get out and chase Kareem into the corner. And if I had not stepped in, Gandhi probably
It would
would
have
have killed Kareem.
it would have been a fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Benedict Arnold. No.
Well, actually, the allegiance of birds is very tricky.
It changes.
As a person, you don't really choose a bird. The bird chooses you.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with the big birds. I mean, little ones, you can just kind of dominate whether they want you to or not. But when they get up to this size, they can pick and choose who they want to have as their human.
Yeah.
And if they don't want you, there's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, years ago, we had an African gray. This is my first wife. We had an African gray that was supposedly hers. Well, he decided that he liked me better, and his allegiance was to me, and which thoroughly pissed my first wife off. And we ended up getting rid of him and got another one later on that did bond with her. However, when he learned to talk, he spoke in my voice forever.
Not this one, the one he used to have.
Yeah, my real voice. This one, not this one. But anyway, it's they're a lot more challenging than you might think. You don't just take in a big bird and say, "Oh, I'm going to get me a big bird."
One thing I will tell everyone when they start saying they want a big bird, if you want to have a big bird, you have to plan to bleed.
You're going to bleed from time to
Because
time.
no matter what, even if it's totally by accident, they will make you bleed. They'll bump you, their claws get really sharp and just poke little holes when they walk. They have no defense other than their beak, and so if you're doing something they really don't want you to do, you're going to meet their beak.
I used to do outreach with Creve and Bravo over in Tallahassee. This was before Kate came over. And sometimes there would be thousands of people out. But we'd like Springtime Tallahassee, my club, we'd bring our birds out, and I'd have Creve and Bravo, one on each shoulder. And people would come up to me and say, "Oh, I want a bird like that." And I said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Because you're going to bleed." And they kind of, "What?" And I said, "If you have birds like this, just bear in mind from time to time you're going to bleed. It's a fact of life."
Sorry, Amy, that's funny. Amy says she has enough birds
You
outside.
have some beautiful birds there, Amy. You guys live in an area that I would dearly love. All the ibises and herons and everything else that come around your place, I find them to be just absolutely beautiful. And the ducks, everything you've got there, you've got some gorgeous birds. Yeah, you do. Read books. What do you mean by that, Celtic? That one went over my head, son. I don't know what you're talking about there.
Got me lost too, sorry. I'd be afraid they'd eat your face off. Well, Metal, they could, but to be real honest, if you know what you're doing and learn to read your bird, there's a lot less of a chance of that happening, because birds will telegraph what they're going to do. You can tell that they're getting irritated by the way they react to things, and you can tell.
You have learned well, little grasshopper.
He taught me. Actually, dealing with Gandhi and the other two is really what's taught me more than anything else. I will tell you one thing, that is, these birds have a sense of humor. They truly do.
They do get amused.
When they meet a new person, it is not uncommon. That person standing in front of the cage, they will come up to the edge of the cage and lunge at them, beak open like they're going to eat them. And most of the time, people will jump back and be scared and all of that. And then the bird will walk back over on his perch and look at him and go, ha, 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 ha.
It's called the macaw lunge.
Yeah, and it happens often.
And it's a great equalizer. You can...
But it did not happen. Well, they tried it with me. They did.
Yeah, Kate, when she was introduced to my birds the first time, most people are pretty reluctant to walk up to big birds. Kate walked right up to them, and they just kind of took to her immediately.
They did try the macaw lunge, and I didn't even blink.
They tried to intimidate her, but as soon as they figured out they couldn't do it, it changed the dynamic entirely. So they've been pretty good buds ever since.
Now, Bravo still tries to intimidate.
Yeah, he does. Bravo likes to try to push her around, but it doesn't work anymore.
But he tried.
So
I love how the wildlife places visits all the birds.
I do too, Brett.
Etc. Yeah,
I love the place you live there. You've got a primo spot for all kinds of wildlife, and just the rabbits and the birds and the stuff that we saw while we were there. When we were standing around outside, I was listening to all the bird sounds and everything. It was great. I loved it.
He's as enchanted as I was my first trip.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it.
By the
Yeah.
way, Joe, when you have birds the size of those, they graduate. They are not really pets anymore. They become companions.
Yeah, that's
They
very
really
true.
do. Those three birds are truly companions, and my life has been so blessed by having them in it.
I don't call them pet birds. They're companion and companion birds. That's
And
I've
they
done a
have
lot of
personalities.
I've
They
done a
really
lot of
do.
writing about them, and it's
They-
been a love of mine for 20 years now. So
They're like perpetual 3-year-olds.
that's exactly right. They have the intelligence of about a 3-year-old, and that's
And the
no joke.
personalities too. They have temper tantrums and
They
they get excited and they squeal and and they
and,
pout
and metal. Yeah, these guys here, they can live to be 75 to 100 years old. There was a blue and gold macaw that belonged to Winston Churchill, and they knew when this bird was hatched, so they knew exactly how old he was. And the last time I read about him, and this was some years ago, he was 104 years old and was still active. They used to bring him out into the public, but he had some rather rude and crude things that he had learned to say from Winston Churchill regarding political situation with Germany at that time during the war. And so they finally had to take him off display because he was just getting kind of foul mouthed. But yeah, 104 years old, and they could
take care, Celtic.
They knew that was
Good
true.
to see you.
Celtic, thanks for coming by. Be well, buddy. Take care. Yeah, and that's by no means the record. I mean, there's other evidence that some of these guys live. You know, there are some birds that even live longer than macaws.
Obviously, it also depends on the care they
Yes,
get.
it does, absolutely.
If they're fed quality food and they're protected from the elements and things like that, they're going to live a lot longer, just like humans live a lot longer.
In the wild, they figure usually 40 to 60 years, but you know, in good care, and if you feed them right, and that's not easy either. They have a very varied and specific diet that they eat better than we do, and it costs damn near as much to feed one of them as it does one of us.
Yes, it does.
It was not unusual for me back in Tallahassee. We had a couple of bird shows every year, and I would buy $300 worth of food, and that would be the add-ons. That would be just the extras, because then I'd have to buy my regular kind of what you might call bird chow, and then I would mix this other stuff in with it to enhance their diet. And I could easily spend $300 or $400 a couple of times a year just on their food, and that was to feed 2 birds, and then obviously every month or so I had to buy more. But that was the metal. What they eat is they're called extruded food. Now that's kind of like what you might call dog food. I guess it's
It's formed,
it's
mixed
formed,
and formed.
it's specially formulated.
One thing that
But then Kate adds stuff to it. She dries fruits and vegetables, and we add that. We also buy other stuff. A lot of nuts. They eat.
their favorite is
Hey,
pistachios.
walnuts, pistachios, peanuts, sunflower seeds, certain amount of millet, other
Seeds and
seeds
nuts.
and things of that sort. And then things like alfalfa sprouts. I mean, there's all kinds of things, but they need a varied diet.
If a human can eat it, they can eat it, with the exception of chocolate and avocados.
Yeah, there's
Yes, they can eat meat. They
Yeah.
do sometimes.
yeah, they love pistachios. Kareem will just stuff his face with pistachios.
And here's a fun thing. They love eggs, particularly scrambled eggs.
Yeah. You don't give them milk. You don't give them coffee. You don't give them anything with caffeine in it. You don't give them anything carbonated because they can't burp. So if they, if they drink like Coke or something like that,
It causes them a
it
great deal
causes
of
a
pain.
lot of trouble. It does cause them a lot of pain.
Now, occasionally, I have to admit, I'm a bad girl. I let Randy have a taste of coffee once in a blue
Yeah, a
moon
little bitty bit now.
because he loves coffee.
They like orange juice.
He also loves fresh onion. I can
That's what I've
slice
never
an
heard of.
onion and he has a fit until I bring him some.
Metal, yeah, they'll eat breakfast. They like chicken, like beef. What else have we given them in the way of meats?
Do what?
What do they like in the way of meats?
Any meat that I give them.
Yeah,
They love meat, any kind of meat.
they have a,
I don't usually give them bacon because it's awfully fat.
Yeah.
And birds have a problem with fatty liver.
yeah, they'll get fatty liver disease.
I'm giving decaf. I don't like decaf. He drinks out of my cup, so I just give him a little bit once in a while. I give him well-trimmed pork chops. I give them well-trimmed ham. I often will, if I'm making hamburgers, I will crumble up some ground beef and let them have some of that. They love chicken. Shredded chicken is just the best thing in the world for them. They don't get a lot of luncheon meat, but
Brown sadness water, that's decaf coffee.
good description, yes.
I'll drink to that. This is good coffee.
I have been known to give them fish. They kind of look at me like I'm crazy when I give them fish, so I don't do that very often. But we don't eat fish very often, so they do. All three of them like shrimp. So if I make something with shrimp, I set aside a little bit for each of them. They also all like tuna.
Kate feeds them a good diet. She takes care.
I do my very best.
She
I
takes
really
care.
do.
Which, if you want them to live a long, happy life, you got to, because that's, years and years and years and years ago, about all they did was give birds like this dog food. And, it kept them alive, but their condition was horrible. So they weren't getting what they needed. And then when zoo nutritionists started looking at it and finding out what birds really needed, that changed the diet for caged birds and birds like this all over the world.
Yeah.
And so nowadays, it's $1 billion industry now to feed your birds, just like it is for dogs and cats.
One of the things the guys like best, and I don't do it nearly often enough, is in the mornings they like to have oatmeal. And they particularly like the brown sugar and cinnamon.
Yeah, they do. They love oatmeal.
Are they spoiled?
No, they're not. They're not spoiled.
Yeah, I don't spoil my
They're not
critters.
spoiled. I've been thinking, I could do it. I mean, the camera that we use is on Kate's laptop, and I've thought often of just taking that and carrying it around and showing everybody kind of what our bird area looks like. But it's kind of a pain in the butt because all the cables that we've got going to our bigger monitor and to the microphone and all that stuff. So I haven't taken the time to do it, but
We need to do
maybe
a
one of these days
video.
I'll do a video on it and I'll put it up on Kate's Kitchen and kind of
Well,
show
we
you what
don't
their
give
world
them
looks
shrimp
like.
very often, but occasionally I will give them. If I'm cooking, they want what I'm doing. That's like if I'm in the kitchen cooking, Gandhi wants to be on my shoulder and supervise.
And he'll taste pretty much everything she's making.
So I do let them taste whatever I'm doing. And they just delight if I'll bring them, if I'm cutting up fruit, like I'm going to make a fruit salad this afternoon. If I'm cutting up fruit and they don't get a piece, they let me know.
They love oranges, cantaloupe, honeydew.
Watermelon. I know,
yeah,
Amy, but they
watermelon.
do like watermelon.
They like a lot of different foods. I mean, they have pretty eclectic palates, really.
They really do.
Now, people wonder whether or not they really have much of a sense of taste. That's hard to say.
Well,
But they also like, most birds, these guys don't, but most birds like peppers, hot peppers. For some reason,
three don't.
it's, these guys don't. And that's kind of unusual, actually, because most birds do.
The extruded food that we buy comes with some dehydrated peppers. And I used to put it in their bowls. And when I'd go to change the bowl the next time, all the peppers would be there and nothing else. I mean, everything else would be gone, but the peppers would be there.
Looks like we might be losing our connection.
Do what?
Our connection just went unstable.
Uh-oh.
And we've been on an hour. So I think it's about maybe time to call it a day.
Well, let's see if it comes back. Let us know if we
Yeah,
lost
are
you,
you
please.
are you seeing us or are we?
Are we gone?
How can tell us if you can't see us? Wait a minute.
There we go. Amy says it's good there. Brett says okay. Now, according to our computer, it's an unstable connection, and they're trying to reconnect. So,
Yeah,
Oh,
5x5, good deal. Okay,
excellent.
Yeah, good,
Glad to know.
excellent.
I hate it when we get disconnected. Right in the middle.
YouTube's lying to us. Okay, so anyway, What else is going on?
Oh, we're talking about the birds. The cages that we have for the birds, each bird has a different kind of cage. They're all large. The one that Gandhi is in is flat on the top, and it's what, about not quite 5 feet tall, because I can still peek over the top.
A little over 5, but yeah.
And how wide? 40 inches
40
wide?
inches. Yeah.
So there's plenty of room in there for him. The one that Bravo is in is much taller.
It's round top.
And it's round topped or dome topped. And it gives him lots and lots of room to move in. Now, Karib is in the largest of our cages. It is huge. It is flat on the top,
72 inches tall.
but it has curved edges instead of being square. It's curved. And he's got room enough. There's room enough in there
There's
for
room
two
for
of them
two,
to live.
but he's got it on his own. Our connection problems are right.
Good.
So, like I said, the three cages are in the largest room in the house, basically sitting kind of side by side. We can walk between them, and also have our feeding station in there and all that stuff. So, when we bought this place, first thing I noticed was this big room, and I said, "Well, there's the bird room right there."
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, that's what it's been ever since.
Yeah. But the birds, my life revolves around my husband, my birds, and the other critters.
So I'm going to try to do that. I think we'll shoot a video and then put it up on Kate's Kitchen page, just for I have a YouTube page too, but I haven't put anything up in a long time.
We haven't put anything up on this one since we started it.
Yeah, I know.
In the live stream.
That's because, by the way, Brett and Amy, since we've been back, I can't find the camera and I can't find the knife sharpener. I know they're here, but when we unloaded, when we got back here, Kate wasn't feeling very good. And for some reason, the stuff's just been kind of misplaced and I can't find it.
It was over a week before I found my computer.
Yeah. That's the main reason I wasn't on last Sunday. I would have come on, but Kate's computer was all spread out all over the place.
You was stuff too, right?
Yeah. What is that over there sitting on top of that? Is that
I'm sorry, what?
that thing right there? What is that? This?
That's those large hangers for hanging that big picture.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have a picture that I got at an auction that is probably 4 feet tall and about 6 feet long, and it's a painting of various macaws. It is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
And I want to hang it, but it's so heavy. Amy says she agrees her life revolves around Brett and the outside critters and the dog and cat. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, last week was just kind of a fog, I guess you could say. Since we got back from the Broussards, it's just been kind of foggy. Now, once Kate got back here, I kind of had to tie her down for a couple of days just to keep her from trying to buzz around too much because she just still didn't feel good. But now she's starting to feel better, starting to sound like herself. Her color's back.
Apparently, I got very pale.
Yeah, she was pale for days. And
I am pale anyway, so I don't imagine what I would look like.
So, Brett says he's honored to be included with the animals. Yeah.
Well, you are one of the critters.
Sometimes I do wonder, if all of a sudden, if I disappeared, would she notice?
Mm-hmm. Well, Joe, I don't have it very often. I'm not fuzzy-headed all that often, but sometimes it's a problem. So you haven't found any.
Oh, I know everything got back here, Amy. It's just where did we unload it? Because when we got back, it was just kind of a chaotic time when we got back here. We tried to get everything out of the truck.
Was there anything in the red tote, Amy?
And it's just been kind of strange ever since. I don't know where things got to.
Yeah, and I've been too out of it to go look for anything. I'm figuring this coming week I'll probably be discovering all kinds of things.
I'll tell you what, sweetheart, you go ahead and carry on. I'm gonna cut a trail.
Okay, you gonna go watch some golf?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, thanks for coming by, folks. I appreciate it very much. Oh, the one of the power tools we're in. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
We love you guys as always. It's wonderful to come in here and sit down and talk with you folks all over the country, all over the world, really. And as always, I really enjoy it. So thank you for coming. And I'll leave you in Kate's capable hands. Y'all take care. That's if I can get out of here.
And he probably will go and watch some
Maybe.
golf.
I don't know.
Because there is golf on. I thought
but that's
the other day.
Maybe.
Lisa and Ruth said bye.
Bye.
Joe did too. So did Middle. Now I'll scoot up a little closer so I can see things a little easier. Ellie says, take care. Well, while everyone is here, if you'll let me know, we'll start the prayer request. Since it's been several weeks, I want to start a new one and go from there. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Okay. Amy? Super tired, feeling weak, definitely. Yes, Amy, that upcoming surgery is on the permanent list. You have more chickens to harvest, prayers for no more sickness. Amen, Brett. Definitely got those two. Lori, if you're still there, how are things going with your family? We're down to 8, so I don't know how many folks are here. And he's off to the races, or to something anyway. Going to the cardiologist to get the test results. I'm a little concerned. My sister's healing well. Be praying for y'all as well. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, we now have you there. Amy's family suffered some losses recently. Oh, dear. Oh, good, Albany. I was wondering if you were still here. Do you have something to add to the prayer requests list? Dad's going for a tube change tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to put him on there anyway, Joe. Oops. Pencil broke. Friend's brother just passed away from double pneumonia. Oh my goodness. Okay, we've got you there. I'm still having some problems. The folks in the ambulance that came and got me started an IV. And had a lot of trouble because like I said, I was real dehydrated. And apparently they used an oversized needle. And when they finally at the hospital changed it to a different location, I have been very sore ever since. And the soreness starts about here and goes all the way up into my elbow. So I'm not sure if there's some kind of damage or not, but we need to put that on the prayer list. If you have one, I would appreciate being listed there. But I am continuing to drink like crazy, so hopefully I won't dehydrate. Oh my goodness. We definitely pray for her. prayers for your friend Mary. Her family is moving to a new home. Lost a family member. Oh my goodness. Stuart, welcome. It's good to see you. Okay, we have Mary on there. I'm glad you dropped in, Stuart. It's been a while since we've seen you. Sounds terrible. They're very good at IVs on my dad. I have to help IV, even had to yank it out of their hands and start the IV instead. Oh, bruise. The one they did here, I'm still bruised from here all the way around to the underside of my arm. That's why I have on long sleeves today. Not fun. Yeah. Close friend taking chemo. I remember that. That was not fun. I did not enjoy that at all. However, there was a silver lining to that cloud too. I got to meet and talk to people I never would have been able to meet otherwise. So even though chemo is no fun, it certainly was a blessing in many ways. Not just in that it helped me get past the cancer, but also that I was able to meet and talk with people never would have met any other way. Well, if no one else has anything to add, I think I'm going to go ahead and close that and let you guys get back to your Sunday. I've got to go make a big fruit salad so I can use up this fruit before it goes bad. Besides that, I love fruit salad. I really, really do. So you guys have a wonderful week. Stay safe. I will be praying for every one of you. Please pray for me as well. And I'll see you next time. God bless.